$90 a month. Well, probably more than that actually. But that's about what I'm spending on AI subscriptions right now. And last week, every single one of them let me down in the same 7 days. Sora failed so many times I lost count. Grok Imagine, which I actually liked, quietly got worse, and now it can't follow a basic prompt to save its life. Google Flow burns through credits so fast that you'd think it was trying to empty your wallet on purpose. And ChatGPT, don't get me started on character consistency. 90 plus dollars a month for this. I mean, I've been in tech for 30 years. I know when I'm getting played. Anyways, here's what nobody tells you when you sign up for these AI tools. They get you in the door with a free tier that actually works. You try it, you like it, you upgrade, then 6 months later, the free tier, well, it gets worse. The paid tier gets more expensive, and the features you actually use get moved behind a higher plan. Now you have to be a pro, or you have to get the annual plan, whatever it is, right? That's not an accident. That's a business model. I've watched it happen with every major platform I've used in the last 2 years. Sora launched with real promise, burned credits on generations that failed at 99% of the time and kept the credits anyway, and we all got the dreaded content violation here. Grok Imagine was genuinely good at character work. I had projects built around it. Then they pushed an update and it started ignoring half the prompts, no explanation, no rollback option, just garbage. And in my opinion, Google Flow is actually one of the worst offenders. You sit down and do 30 minutes of creative work, and you've blown through a week's worth of credits right before lunch. The math doesn't work unless you're upgrading to a plan that honestly costs more than my first car payment. And Kling, which everyone says is the answer, I don't know. They have a credit expiration policy that makes my blood pressure go up just reading about it. Now, here's the thing. I want you to understand, because this applies to your business too, not just mine. Every one of these subscriptions made a promise. You built a workflow around that promise. You got good at using the tool. And then the tool changed and your workflow broke, and you had to start over. That's the real cost nobody talks about. It's not the $19.99 a month or the $29.99 a month. It's the 3 hours you spent rebuilding something that worked perfectly fine last Tuesday. For me, that's content. For you, it might be your customer follow-up system or your scheduling tool or whatever AI your vendor quietly embedded in your software last quarter without asking. The problem isn't AI. The problem is depending on somebody else's server, somebody else's business decisions, and somebody else's pricing team to run your operation. I got tired of it, so I'm doing something about it. I'm not going to tell you exactly what I'm doing yet. That's going to happen in the next few videos. And I want to show you rather than just talk about it. But here's the concept. What if you could run your own AI, not somebody else's model on somebody else's server with somebody else's credit system, your own, on your own machine or a hosted VPS that you control completely? No subscriptions, no credits, no generation failed, and but we kept your tokens anyway. No quiet updates that break your workflow, no pricing tier that moves the feature you need just out of reach. The technology to do this exists right now. It's not science fiction. It's not just for developers or big companies. And the hardware required is more accessible than most people think. I've been in this industry long enough to know that the best tool is the one you own, not the one you rent from a company whose interests don't align with yours. So in the next few weeks, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to set up, how I do it, and whether or not it will actually deliver. No hype. If it doesn't work, I'll show you that too. So look, I'm not saying that you should cancel everything today. Some of these tools still do, specific things, and I'll tell you which ones are worth keeping when I do the full breakdown. But if you're a small business owner sitting on 3, 4, 5, 6 AI subscriptions and you're not sure any of them are actually moving the needle, you're not alone. And there may be a better way. So listen, man, hit subscribe and like and all that stuff, so you don't miss the next one. Because what I'm planning on showing you might save you a lot of money and a lot of frustration. I'm Ken with GreyBeardOps, and I'll see you on the next one.